You just heard from an angry Frankie the Mobster with the most decorated tag team in professional wrestling history in his corner. Man, do they belong at the Medley, the IWS's premier event. And speaking of the other side of the coin, who doesn't belong at the Medley but somehow won a match? Twiggy searching for his mystery partner. LaSalle, what do you think about that one?
I'm not LaSalle. I keep telling you, I'm Patrick Lono.
Twiggy trying to find his partner on the internet. Check out YouTube. It's quite a gag.
Oh yeah, it is quite special, I guess you could say. Twiggy and his partner will also be facing the tag team of Mad Castle, Justin White, and Drew Onyx, and the third team in this three-way, the SLI, Frédéric Lamerveille and Kenny Le Bâtard. Tag team sort of searching for a win these days. So you've got three tag teams that really makes an odd mix of these three. But you want to talk about odd mixes. What about Damien and Lufisto going one-on-one? These two have some unfinished business to take care of. Both fans of the Japanese style, both coming off major injuries.
Both are tawny kicks, they both kick you in the face. You know, usually I'm not a fan of mingling between sexes, but this time it's one I want to watch. What do you think there, Lacor?
I'm not Lacor. Jeez, well, will you get this down? Ah! Come on, where the hell is Fitzmaurice? What kind of unprofessional freaking outfit is this? I'm standing in a freaking suit and tie and he's got...
Todd Grisham! Todd Grisham!
The one this program got you too late!
I'm not
Todd, look at tag team champions, baby!
Yeah.
Look at this! It's September, it's Blood, Sweat, and Beers Day! Take a look at this brand new jacket, baby! Oh yeah! Yeah!
Dude, that's not a brand new jacket.
Brand new!
Dude, you wore that back in November. Get over it. It's not a brand new jacket. Move on.
Well, if I can get a word in here, ladies and gentlemen, I'm now joined by the current IWS Tag Team Champions, Jagged Shane Matthews 2.0. As professional as ever.
Todd Grisham.
Not Todd Grisham. Well, gentlemen, actually, since you're here, at the Medley on September 22nd, you'll be facing off with one of the fastest rising tag teams in the IWS, the #1 contenders to the tag team gold, the Super Smash Brothers, Player Uno and Stupefied. Now, they've been pretty much where you guys were a few years ago. You know, young up-and-coming team, piling up a bunch of wins, defeating former tag team champions, the Phantom and Eddie, tearing the house down with Up in Smoke. I mean, some people would even say that they're on the Canadian freight train to the Promised Land.
What?
Promised Land?
Grisham! Get out of here, Grisham! It's promo time, buddy!
That was a real stupid line.
That's so 2005!
Yeah.
You see, promo time. You're damn right, you see. Super Smash Brothers, everywhere we go. Walking down the streets, we got people coming up to us. Shane, Jagged, how do you plan on defeating Uno and Stupefied? What are you going to do? Titles on the line at the Medley. You see, we know everything that they've done. And in fact, they have beaten Up in Smoke, a team that quite frankly defeated us back in May at the Candido Cup in the second round. But you see, we're not worried. You see, in the last 5 years, we've been dominating Quebec, dominating Canada, quite frankly, and we've accumulated quite a list ourselves. You want to see all the teams that we've beaten, boys? Take a look, right here. Give it to them, Jagged.
Alright, so we started out with the North Star Express, the Blackout, the Colony, Kid Kamikaze Experience featuring Vanessa Craven, Mitch Ryder and the legend Ravi Ellis, Excalibur and Joey Ryan, Quack, Mike Quackenbush, Jigsaw, Shane Storm, the Hardcore Ninjas, the Flying Hurricanes, Style and Finesse, Trauma Unit, Jihad Squad, Rockin' Cock Express, Rip Impact and Matt Bison, SLI USA, T-Unit, Chacal and Gil Renault, Los Tabernacles, Beef Wellington, and El Generico.
You okay, buddy? Keep going, buddy. You're a champion. A champion!
Beef Wellington and Raid, the Mansour Brothers, Los Latinos, Adrenaline Rush, Fred LaMerveille and Mark the Grizzly, the Wrecking Crew, Fresh Factor, Pee-wee and Jackalitster, which I'm not quite sure what a Jackalitster is, but that's okay. Don Paisan and Tomasino, Fat and Furious, Perfect Genetics, Useless Authority 50, Chris Stevens and Phil Belanger, Nightmare Manson and Hellstorm, Alex Price, Player Uno and John Fury, the Twin Terrors, Stalker and Gorgeous Mike, Bishop and Chris Stevens, Double Trouble, the Russian Coalition, Alex Price and TNT, Sweet Cherry, Sweet Pea, Chacal and Bishop, Chase Ironside and Chris Stevens, the Vipers, Team Bald of Max Fury, and who was that? Blaze, yeah, Sweet Sensation, King Kasho and Todd Hiroshima, Spark and Cassio, Sweet Boy and Raid, Vertigo, Kevin Steen, and Frankie the Mobster, and the Angry Aryans, the SLI, Damien, and Viking. Boys, this is a very long list. Spark and Cassio. Very long list. And you know what? We know you kids are hungry. We know that you want these. We know that you want these titles more than anything. We know exactly what position you're in, but time come, boys. Your name is going right on the end of that list, and like every single one on it, you will feel the flow of 2.0. Booyah!
Well, I never thought I'd say this, but thank God you're back. Don't leave me alone with frickin' 2.0 again. Ladies and gentlemen, speaking of championship matches, as you just saw, one of the big matches for the medley is the four-way match for the Canadian title, a special ladder match.
Who will climb the ladder?
That's right. And the man who will be putting the belt right up on top of that ladder is champion Max Boye, who has defended against all comers, put on a clinic with Excess last month, a great match, defeated Kid K the month before that. The man is on a tear.
But he's in an unfamiliar environment.
Exactly, you're taking the words right out of my mouth. He's facing these opponents in an environment he's not used to. He's a mat wrestler. This time he's going to have to climb up and get that belt if he wants to hold on to it.
He's going to have to deal with the ladder, the metal, the steel of those chairs. And I tell you who can deal with it, who's a veteran of all these ladder matches for the Canadian title, Kid Kamikaze. This guy, Mr. Kid K, knows what to do when it comes to ladders.
Absolutely.
And of course his half-brother, Jimmy K, rising up-and-comer. And I think he actually might rise up-and-come to the top of that freaking ladder and get that belt.
Well, I doubt that they're half-brothers, but don't forget the fourth man in all this, Excess. Probably one of the top talents in Quebec at the moment. One of the best all-around wrestlers you can have, folks. This man is a former IWS Tag Team Champion, a former IWS Champion, might be the first Triple Crown Champion in the history of this company. All four men with very different goals, but you can bet they're all gunning for one thing, and that's the IWS Canadian title.
Zandy, let's go to a promo of all of them talking, seeing what they have to say about this match.
Zandy, Christ.
As you can see, fans, I've made it one more time. I've just beaten Excess on his own game. He wanted to play rough with me, and I played rough to him. So, he's still the champ. But anyways, I just learned that on September 22nd at the Medley, I'll be wrestling in a so-called ladder match. You see, it's not really my field of wrestling, but as a champion, I gotta do stuff that I might regret. I might do stuff that will follow me for the rest of my career. Injuries. Hell, a lot of things might happen on September 22nd, but I'm gonna be there because this belt means a lot to me, and I'm gonna keep it. So no matter who's in this match, I'm coming out as a champion because I got this belt over my shoulder. I've been a great champion so far, in my opinion, because I've out-wrestled everyone. I've out-wrestled Excess, I've out-wrestled Kid K, and I've out-wrestled Don Paisan for this baby. So on September 22nd in a ladder match, expect Max Boye. Expect something extremely hardcore and different from what you are used to see.
Look, IWS fans, for those of you that know of me, Kid Kamikaze, they know that I'm a man of few words. I let my actions speak for me, so I'm going to keep this short and sweet. Now come September 22nd, at the biggest show of the year, Blood, Sweat and Beers, at the biggest venue in Montreal, the Medley, I will be taking on Max Boye, Excess, and Jimmy Tasseltights, or whatever the hell his name is, in a four-way ladder match for the IWS Canadian title. Now, anyone who's been following IWS history knows that I have been involved in each and every ladder match that has taken place at the Medley. The only thing that I've been failed to accomplish thus far is coming out victorious in one of those ladder matches. So you know what? As far as I know, Boye, you're a great wrestler. Excess, not too shabby. And Jimmy Tasselpants, well, whatever, I've never really watched any of your matches. But one thing I know for sure is that none of you have ever taken part in an IWS ladder match. And I'm bringing that experience to the table. And you know what? On September 22nd, it's going to be third time's the charm. Because I'm going to climb each and every rung and take back the titles as rightfully mine and bring back credibility to the IWS Canadian title.
Woo! James Craven's been climbing the ladder of success here in IWS, defeating Justin White in July, winning a 4-way match. And then in August, defeating former IWS Canadian champion Don Paisan. And next month, KK, Max Boyer, your submission skills, they won't make you win that match. And when I climb that ladder one more time, I'll get down with the IWS Canadian Championship around my waist. Ooh, yeah!